Okay, I see us live in the Facebook group now. Pros, happy Thursday, happy Friday, Junior. My name's Chris Weldon. I'm one of the community managers here at House Call Pro. And this is a weekly event we do every single week. This is Pro Power Hour. Every Thursday at this time, 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern, we go live and live on Zoom, and we really give you a product training webinar. We take a product or feature or maybe a couple of features every week, kind of give you an overview. What are the benefits of using these features in House Call Pro? And then usually give you some kind of demo or information about it. We started this last year. We've covered a lot of different products and features. So if you're new here, would love to give you the link to our recording library. You can go back, you can watch all of our past sessions. And kind of heading towards the summer, just to give you an idea, we'll start presenting on some of the newer stuff that's going to be coming out here. Like HCP Cam. I've been seeing a lot of inquiries about that. We're making some fixes to that, by the way. If you're uh, curious about that, we're making some fixes to it, and it'll be available next month to everybody if you want to add that as an add-on. So we'll start covering some stuff like that, but all of our older stuff's available. You want to go back and watch. Last week, we talked about our AI team members for the first time. We answered a lot of questions about CSR AI and stuff like that. So if you have questions about that, it's a great session to go back and watch. You can see an example. And we'll be talking about all of this at the Spring Summit in a couple of weeks, and I'll talk about that at the end. But really grateful for Phil's partnership and onboarding's partnership. Phil's here almost every week to present. So Phil, I'll turn it over to you, and we'll talk about leads in the House Call Pro inbox today.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hello everybody. Welcome back. If you are a returning member, welcome. If you are new, yep. So today we're going to go over the job inbox and what that entails. We're really going to kind of hit on. There's a lot of different little lead generators in there. We're really going to focus on just a couple of them today that most pros have been asking about and are kind of the bigger drivers within the system. So we're really going to focus heavily on really our new lead form, the options from Google, which is that Google location service ads, as well as Google Reserve. And we'll talk about Thumbtack as well. Today might be a little bit different than how we normally do it, just because a lot of these lead generators do require a subscription or some kind of membership with that particular company. And I myself do not have a business and I do not have an account with some of these people. So really, when it comes to demonstrating today, at the end, I will show where we can go to the inbox and get started with all of these. But really today, I've kind of put together a lot of different resources that I have on my side for us to at least be able to get as much information as we can. And I do have a couple of videos. Some of you may have already attended it or have seen it before. But I really just kind of put this all together to give us as much information as we can, since I'm pretty limited in some of these things here. So first thing we'll do is we'll kick it off at us with the slide deck as usual. Some of you may have seen this one before, but we're going to focus in the slide deck more on just what the job inbox is and talk a little bit about how Thumbtack relates to when working with house call. So let's go ahead and get into it. And so first off, just kind of what is the job inbox? If you are new to the system, the job inbox is where you can go to get any of the leads through the third-party lead generators. You may have also been in your job inbox if you set up your text messaging so that you can text your employees and your customers, as well as if you have the VoIP system, you're probably familiar with the inbox because that's where your call log is as well. But for the job inbox itself, when we do go to the job inbox, you can see that there's going to be many different lead generators in there. And really all you have to do is go to the one that you are subscribed to or you're a member of and walk through the steps of really just integrating it with house call. So for the job inbox, if you do not have it, I'm going to say almost every account I've ever onboarded already has it enabled. But if you do not have it enabled for any reason, you can just simply go to the apps section in your account and go to job inbox. And like this picture over here demonstrates, there's all the different lead generators. You just go ahead and turn on the ones that you're going to be using. Some other ones that we do have, I know that we kind of over time update which lead generators that we are working with. But some of the other ones we have there, Thumbtack, Train, American Standard. You'll also see in there, that's a place for if you do online booking, you'll be able to keep track of any of your online booking leads in there as well. We will see this together when I pull up my account. Again, just activating it, really just going to, in your account, going to the app section and simply turning on the job inbox and the specific lead generators you want to use. So moving forward, how to view those job inbox opportunities. As I mentioned, we just go straight to the inbox tab at the top of our account, and we'll be able to see all the different lead generators in there. You just go ahead and click on the one that you are using. And if it is already integrated, you're going to start seeing the tickets. I call them tickets. You can call them leads. You can call them whatever you want. But so you'll start seeing those bids, tickets start coming in, and all you really have to do is click on them to go ahead, open up that lead, and see what it is that they specifically put in as they were going through the intake process, and things like that. So really just kind of showing here just where it's really all going to be. Again, we will see this. I'm going to lead us to the inbox when we look at my account. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Thumbtack. I've been hearing a lot about Thumbtack. I'm hearing it on almost every podcast that I'm listening to right now. So they are doing a heavy marketing campaign right now. So this is kind of one of the big hitters here. So with the Thumbtack integration we have here, really it's in the App Store. And if you go to your job inbox, it should already be enabled for you. Really what this picture is showing is that when you go to your job inbox, you'll see the specific designation for Thumbtack. When you click on it, it's going to go ahead and ask you to go ahead and sign into your Thumbtack account. So again, you need to have a subscription or a membership with Thumbtack in order to integrate it with Housecall. Now, getting the Thumbtack leads in the inbox, just as I kind of mentioned before, really, as those leads start coming in, we will see a notification popping up next to the job inbox option when we are in our inbox tab. And that is where we will be able to see the ticket. So as I mentioned, it's kind of over here. And here's another example of it over here. And really all you have to do is when you pull up that ticket, you can hit the Learn More button to get the additional information about the work that is required. And there is the fee for the lead will already be automatically come out to your Thumbtack balance. So some other examples and pictures of things here that how it's going to look as you go through the Thumbtack for your leads. Very similar to a lot of other things you've probably seen in our system when it comes to like the pipeline tickets, lead tickets, and things like that. So we have all the customer information, kind of what they're looking for in terms of scope of work, how soon they need that work, and it allows us to edit and see any of that extra service information that we may need. By clicking on those specific links down here, we can see that it does open up any additional information that we are looking for when we're looking at that ticket. And if the customer has gone ahead and uploaded any attachments, we can see those as well. One of the benefits of the inbox is it offers the omni-channel support, which means that you can send different types of messages all from one place. So really, instead of having to go into your Thumbtack account, you can just go straight into your job inbox and send out those messages. We always try to pride ourselves on being your one-stop shop for doing all of your work, really giving you time back in your day so we're not wasting time going back and forth between Thumbtack and Housecall. When you get a new lead in Thumbtack, Housecall will automatically send a text message and a message on the Thumbtack messaging platform to you and to the lead so that you do have some sort of notification that a lead has come in and has been accepted, as well as your customer. And the faster you respond to a lead, the more likely you are to convert it into a paying customer, similar to when I'm training people and we send our customers an estimate. The sooner that they can approve that estimate, the sooner we can get to work. Customers that tend to wait to approve those estimates, we know tend to not usually stick with us, or unless we are aggressively reaching out to them to get them scheduled for a job. Also, as we mentioned down here in the big letters here, you can chat in the job inbox or Thumbtack. So if you do need to reach out to your customer, as I mentioned, that's what the inbox, one of the features of the inbox is reaching out to your customers. So you can either do it through the inbox itself or do it straight through Thumbtack. So once you've communicated with the lead, you can easily copy the lead to a job or an estimate. That's kind of the basic integration that we have here. I'm sure there might be some improvements along the way that may include bringing it in as a lead if you are a company that likes to use leads in our system. But currently, it's just for estimates and for jobs. And once we've gone ahead and copied it to an estimate or a job, it's going to go ahead and be in our system, and we are all set to go. So another thing is getting set up for the instant leads. In order to get set up for the instant bookings, you'll want to double check that your business hours are up to date. I always tell this to anybody that is doing any types of integrations with any of our lead generators, also with the VoIP system, also with online booking. It's really crucial that we tell our customers when our hours of operation are. And the first thing you'll want to do in order to set this up is go to your account settings and make sure that your business hours are all up to date. Not really going to kind of go through the rest of this because I just kind of wrapped that up in a couple of sentences here. But really, again, just stressing in order for all of these lead generators and online booking to work, you want to make sure those hours of operation are set up correctly. Now, receiving an instant booking, when you are booked by a Thumbtack customer, you'll be notified by the job card in your job inbox, kind of what I was explaining a little bit earlier. So I think a job card is a better title for it than a ticket, but come from a family of restaurateurs, so tickets are kind of the common language that I grew up with. But clicking with these tickets, you can click on the Learn More to get more information. So really just kind of reiterating what I mentioned a little bit earlier, getting more of that information from our customer. And if they are uploading any pictures or attachments, we'll be able to see those as well. Um, Really on this page, as I was kind of going over this a little bit earlier, it's kind of also restating stuff that I've already mentioned. You do need to make sure that you have a Thumbtack account, and you have to, in order for it to work properly with us, you do need to go into that job inbox, follow the steps of the integration setup, and once it has been set up, there will be we'll be able to take in those leads, and as we turn those into jobs and estimates, we'll continue our flow in house call. So when we start saying that we are on our way or the job is started, a text message will be sent through house call as well as through Thumbtack as well. And if a customer should message us back, it's going to show up in our House Call Pro, but not in our Thumbtack messages. So that is a very big, crucial difference. So make sure that everybody understands that. And to chat with a customer, that customer would have to first send in a lead. So that customer does need to inquire to us through the Thumbtack generator, or in order for us to chat with a customer, they already have to be in our system. I've heard tons of feedback from people that say, well, you know, we have this potential customer, they're not in our system, but we want to send them a text message. At this current time, our texting feature really only is able to text out to people that are already in our system. And by using the omni-channel, you'll be able to manage more conversations all in the same place. So if you're familiar with texting your customers in our system, you'll notice that it's all in one place. We just go to the customer tab in our inbox, and that is where we'll be able to see all our conversations and be able to reach out to those specific customers. One piece of feedback that I've gotten a lot in regards to this, which I'm sure our product managers and developers are aware of, is that currently there's not really a great place to search through those conversations. But that is something that we are aware of and are working on for improvements in the future. And that's really it for the Thumbtack presentation that I have here. The next thing that I want to talk about is really our lead forms. So before we dive into this little presentation, just kind of want to show what that lead form is going to look like. So in our settings, just make sure it's going to be lead form. So this is the lead form. And what this is for is you can stick this into your website so that when customers fill out this particular lead form, it's going to go ahead and create a lead into your system. I've got a little 10-minute presentation that some of you all may have attended before or seen through our help center, but I'm going to go ahead and play it for us because I think it's very useful, especially because there's a lot of great information from the people that built it. So just going to kind of show the basics here is editing the text. When you're going to set this up in your account, really the text is referring to this information up here at the top. So you can edit it to say whatever you want. I'm just going to kind of leave it as is. There is also a place for you to go ahead and add the fields. So in my example here, these are the ones that I have chosen, but you can also add any of these additional fields if you're looking to do that. Then the last thing on here is the share the lead form. So for all the people that are familiar with online booking, we do have that coding that I always tell my pros if you have a website developer, IT person that works on your website, you can go ahead and take that coding, very similar to what we have here, this coding right here, stick it into your website, and that will go ahead and put this entire lead form right into your website. So to kind of get an idea of how this all works and how it's going to look, I'm going to go ahead and start our little presentation right here. Is everybody able to hear this? Chris, can you give me a thumbs up?
Not able to hear it.
Okay.
You might have to do share sound under the share.
Yeah, I got you. Oh, that's gonna knock off the video though. Hmm. Oh, I see it. There we go.
And lead form, and she is going to be going
Can you hear it
over
now?
the new lead form
Yeah,
feature
it's a
that we
little
have
quiet
inside of your
though.
House Call Pro.
All right, here, I will turn it up.
Hey everyone, this is Kasia. So today I will show you how our new product lead form works, how to put it on your website, and how you can manage leads after you get one from the lead form. So I will just share my screen and show you how you can set it up. The lead form can be found here in the booking section of settings. And how it works is that here you have the live preview of how the lead form looks like. And here you can set up each field of the lead form. So here you can like set up the customize the headline. Um, you can customize everything that you can see in this form. And after you make the changes, you can just save it. In this area, you can customize which fields you want to use in your lead form. So we always capture the first name and the phone number, but then you can decide like if you want to capture their email, last name, address, and so on and so forth. So as you can see, whatever you do here, you can see it in the preview. You can also add now like one custom question. So whatever you want to ask, you can add it here. And once you do all the changes you want, here's the code that you can use to put it on your website. And I have a test website here that I can show you how it's done. So here you just add a custom code. So this is the code here. And then our lead form shows on your website. So once that's done, on your website, you can see our lead form. So let's say that now we are a new customer and they are adding their data. No heat. Also here we are collecting the marketing consent for that you can later use for text messages campaigns. And after the customer clicks on contact us, what happens is that you will get a job inbox notification. And if you go to the job inbox, you will see that you just received a new lead from the lead form. You will also receive a text message to inform you that there is a new lead from your website. And then you can open this lead and add some more data and so on. And what's also interesting, if you're a pipeline user, you can see this lead in the new lead column, and then you can use pipeline to manage the whole workflow, whole leads workflow, and you can manage this process here. And one more great thing you can do using the leads automations, you can use this automation. So it's when the lead status changes to new lead. So basically, if you get a new lead, it goes in the new lead column, which is what happens with the leads from the lead form. You can set up like an automatic follow-up. So you don't have to follow up manually. You can just customize this follow-up, and whenever you get new lead from your website, you can automatically follow up on those leads. So this is how it works now. We are also working on some great features that will be released in April. So the first one is the option to add a file upload. So your customers will be able to attach photos or PDF files to the lead form. What other things we have? We also have additional custom fields. So we know that that one custom question is not enough for many of you. So we are adding more custom questions. So you can add up to 3 custom questions. And maybe one more thing I will show you now is that we'll add the option to redirect to a custom URL. So this is a feature that you might remember from online booking. So after your customer submits the contact data, you can redirect them to a custom URL where you can attach whatever tracking codes you need so that you can measure conversion.
Okay, I'm going to stop there because a lot of this starts going into some of the stuff that is upcoming. So more to come on that, but really just kind of wanted to show how that lead form looks, how we get it into our website. We take that coding, stick it into the coding of our website, and how it's going to look when a customer fills all of that information out. It does come, it notifies the customer as well as it notifies us. So really just kind of wanted to show that. And as I said, stay tuned for more improvements and more things coming to the job lead form. So just don't want to get us back on track with a couple of other things to talk about. So other key ones that a lot of pros have been reaching out about involves the Google location service ads and Google Reserve. I would strongly encourage, we unfortunately didn't really have a slide deck prepared today for this, so I'm going to throw in our chat here. This is the link to this help article that I am currently looking at, so if you have the time to certainly feel free to go through most of this. If you want more detailed information, I'm just going to kind of round it all out because I've read this form several times. So I'll give you kind of the highlights here. And if you want more information, I strongly encourage you to go looking into this. So for The Google bookings, really what we've gone ahead and do, which has been an improvement, is linking if you have Google location service ads, as well as you're going to be using Google review. We've put the two together so that in your inbox, there's just one Google entry in there for both of those lead generators. So instead of having one from each side, we'll be able to just go check in one location. There is a new booking screen for your customers. So if they are going through Google and the Book Online button, it is going to take you to the online booking intake form. So if you really, for Google location service ads and really for all of these lead generators, you do want to make sure that your online booking is up to date. We have done sessions in the past on online booking, so I would strongly encourage you to take a look at those videos where I've gone in depth on how to set all of that up. Another improvement is that there's now the simplified Google price book. Before in the past, Google was basically having a condensed version of our price book. Now that is no longer the case. Now when customers go in there, you are essentially going through our online booking intake process. So customers now have access to your entire price book. So a couple of questions that I typically get from a lot of pros is what's the difference between the two if you are not familiar with the difference between Google Reserve and Google Location Service Ads. Google Location Service Ads, what those do is when a customer is online, and I'm sure all of us have done this at some point, I'm looking for a painter near me, I'm looking for an electrician near me. When they type that into Google, the Google Location Service Ads will go ahead, if you enroll with them, they're going to move you to the top of that list. Now, with Google Location Service Ads, I will just kind of talk about a couple of things. One thing for both of these is you do need a Google business account. With Google Location Service Ads, you do have to pay a price with Google, some kind of subscription process with them to make sure that your leads are, at the top of the list there. Now, Google Reserve is totally free, just as long as you have a Google business account. And the other thing that I just came back to me is that with Google Location Service Ads, when you enroll with them, there is some sort of like vetting process, verification process. So they want to make sure that you are a verified business. So we're not just flooding Google with a bunch of so yeah, you're not just you're not just some Joe Schmo on the street that says I can fix everything for you. So a couple of things in here, as I kind of mentioned. So here's the differences. Google Reserve is free. It will naturally capture the customers searching for your services, links to your Google business profile, inviting customers to schedule appointments with you directly, and it's powered by your House Call Pro online booking. Now, the Google Location Service Ads, as I mentioned, you do need to sign up. There is some sort of vetting process to become Google guaranteed. You will put a credit card on file and pay for fees with phone calls, messaging, booking leads that come through those location service ads. And you can choose ads that can be phone calls, messages, and bookings powered by your House Call Pro online booking. So with that, that's really kind of the highlights of it. I don't really necessarily have an example of how this is going to look, but really I would encourage everybody to go through this form. It does show you all of the step-by-step process of setting this up, and as well as giving you more information on what Google Reserve is, as well as Google Location Services. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my account here. I know we did kind of see some of this in our little presentation earlier, but just want to make sure everybody can see it because I know it might have been a little small for some of you. But for our inbox, if you've never been there before, our inbox is here at the top. And as I mentioned, this is where your job inbox is going to be. So if we go into there, this is where we will start to see where all of our leads are coming in. As we can see, I have this big 26 up here. So that's notifying me, letting me know that there is something within my inbox that needs my attention. And as we can see here, I'm not really subscribed to many of these. So it's really all coming from online booking. here is the lead form. So if anybody was going to fill out through the lead form, this is how it would come in. And if we are in the inbox here, notice that I haven't set mine up and attached it to a website, but here it says set up your lead form now, which is going to take you to the page that I showed you to go ahead and customize it. And you can go ahead and stick that coding into your website when you're ready. You'll notice a couple of other lead generators on here. We do have Angie Leads. I do want to make one thing very clear because I'm kind of in the midst with a pro right now on setting this up. We have a direct integration with Angie Leads, not Angie Ads. That this is a big thing. And some people on my team are experiencing the same thing I am right now. So want to make that very clear. If you do have Angie Ads and you want to see an integration with House Call Pro, what I would recommend is everybody can reach out to our API team, which their email address is apideveloper@housecallpro.com. That is our API team. House Call Pro is an open API software, so that way they can give you some better tips on how to set up these outside integrations. But as far as I've been told, we do not have a direct integration with Angie Ads. I thought somebody was asking the difference between the two. I was going to say, I'm sorry, I don't know the difference between the two. But with Angie Leads, very similar to everything else. If you do want to have that integrated with your account, all you have to do is go to your job inbox. There's the connect button, sign into your Angie Leads account, and that will go ahead and integrate the two. Google Location Service Ads, notice that it's saying essentially that everything is going to be one Google inbox. So right there, we go ahead and all you have to do is sign into your Google business account. Similarly for when you're setting up your reviews and things like that. Once it's connected, you'll start getting those leads coming into your inbox. As I mentioned, some other ones on here, we do have Train. We've talked about this in the past, so I would strongly encourage maybe looking into one of our later videos, as well as looking into the Help Center, but similar idea. We have a direct integration with them. If you have an account with them, all you have to do is sign in. American Standard, same idea. If you use American Standard, you can go on in here, go ahead and sign into your account to complete that integration. Thumbtack, we already discussed at the beginning of the meeting, but this is where it will be. We also have HomeServe. We did go into detail on our last job inbox presentation on HomeServe. So I would recommend if you have questions about HomeServe and how that looks, go ahead and check out that recording. And really not just going to kind of keep repeating myself, but as we can see, there's a lot of other lead generators in here. Again, you just simply go ahead and log in to connect the two to House Call. So really with that, that's everything I had prepared for us today. Let's go ahead and see some of these questions that you all got. I see one in the chat. What is the difference between online booking and the lead form? Are they both from our company website? Well, technically the answer is yes. But with online booking, you do have the capabilities of being able to get, if you're not just going to do the coding, we also have a link that you can put on all of your emails. You can put it on your text messages. You can put it on some of your marketing materials. So technically it does go through online booking, but it does not have to be through your website. So that's the thing about online booking, but the lead form does come from your website because we are actually sticking that lead form on your website. Lead form allows customers to fill out their info on your website and a lead can be created so you can reach out to them. Online booking customers just yeah, good point, Lauren. So yeah, a difference between the two is with the lead form, that's really just kind of an inquiry. They can still give you as much information about the project that they are trying to do, but they cannot book a specific time and date. Online booking does have that option where the customer can pick a time and date. And for all of those that have traveled down the online booking path and going through setup, you are aware that we do have the 3 different options: flexible booking, set specific start time, and then there is manual booking, which is where, very similarly to the lead form, really customers can just kind of send in an inquiry, and then that way we have more control of reaching out to the customer, trying to find a date and a time that works best to meet with them. I'll let some more come in here through our chat, but we do have some that were prepared before the meeting. So here's a couple of them. Let's see. What notifications are associated with receiving new leads through the lead form? So those notifications, one is that we get the notification at the inbox tab at the top, letting us know that there is something that requires our attention. And we can go in and we can see, go right into the job lead form option, which I showed you all in my account. And that's where we would be able to see those leads. Also, in the little video that I played for you all, it is mentioned that an email and text message gets sent. Next question, does HCP do auto replies and follow-ups to these leads? So I originally thought that the answer was no, but just after watching that video, I learned something else as well. And it was explained that you can set up within your automations, within your pipeline, to have House Call Pro send a text message and an email in response to these leads. What reporting can be used for the lead form conversion tracking? Well, when a lead comes in through the lead form, that is going to create a lead within our system. We have done a session in the past on reporting, and within the reporting tab, there is an option for leads reports. And really all that's in there for the leads reports is exactly what you're looking for, are those conversions. So I'll quickly just kind of share that so everybody can see what I'm talking about. So if we do go to our reporting, as I mentioned, we do have our leads reports right here. And if you've been in here, I don't know if you can see it if the print is too small, but it says lead conversion by date, lead conversion by lead source, and lead conversion by employee. So plenty of reporting on those lead conversions already available to you. All right, let's see. Is there a way to track where the lead originated from with this lead form? So it is going to come in as a lead. And if it matters to you, because it came through the lead form, it's really not coming from a third-party generator. But what I always tell people is that if you are doing a lead, just right there on every lead, there is lead source, just like we have on our estimates and our invoices. So if nothing is currently there or it wasn't populated automatically, you can always manually go ahead and put in where the particular lead came from. And then that way we can have it for our reporting, see where our marketing money and time is best spent. Does the lead form integrate with pipeline? Yes, it does. As it was explained in the video, is that once the lead has been processed and sent to us, it's going to create that lead ticket and it's going to go right into new leads on the pipeline. Next question, are the customers who fill out the lead form are automatically entered as customers? I mean, technically the answer is yes. Anytime we put somebody into the system and accept them as a lead, or we put them in as a job or an estimate, they essentially are put into the system. So if you want to talk semantics about what a customer is and what a lead is, that's a conversation we can have another time. But really, once people are put in the system as a lead, they are in the system. Could call them a customer if we want. Can I use Google Reserve if my business does not have a physical address? I don't necessarily know the answer to that. I would assume that you would need a physical address, or I'm sorry, that's for Google Reserve. As I said, I don't really know the answer to that. I would imagine with Google Reserve, because it's more of an online booking format, that it may not be required. And with Google Location Service Ads, I know that as I mentioned, that does go through a vetting process and a verification process. So I would imagine for Google Location Service Ads, you do need a physical address. Google Reserve, I'm not sure about. I would imagine you don't, but we can certainly come back and answer that question for y'all in the community. Another Google Reserve question, are there any industry categories that cannot use Google Reserve? Again, I really haven't gotten a chance to really get my hands deep into Google Reserve. I would imagine that there isn't. If it's similar to our platform tries to cover as many bases as possible. So I would not imagine that Google would not accept you because of your particular industry, but if you are setting up your Google business account, I'm sure the answer would be in there. And then lastly, how does the job inbox handle bookings from Google Location Services or Reserve with Google? I showed this within my account. Is really, you just go into Google Locations, or I'm sorry, you go into your inbox and there will be the option for Google. Mine was broken up into Google Location Service Ads as well as Reserve, but all of the material that I've seen says that once you are connected between the two, it's going to be one option so that you can see both of them in the same place. And with that, that's all the prepared questions. Chris, any come through the Facebook chat?
Looking right now. Shayna had asked a question actually. She was watching. It's had to do with the lead form. She said, Phil, do you know if you're able to click on the phone number from the lead form and call the customer?
Let's go ahead. Let me look at that.
Yeah,
Because it looked very similar to the it looked very similar to how it looks on the pipeline. So I would imagine that the answer is yes, but let me take a quick look here.
Good question, Shayna.
Okay, so as I'm looking at what Kasha was showing us, it looks like that there isn't a direct button to click to call the customer. It does have the customer's phone number in there though, so I'm going to say that the answer is no, but we still have their number, we can call them.
I'm sure that's an improvement to come.
Yep.
All right.
Hold
Nope,
on, I see.
Jerry confirmed for me. He said no. Yep.
Okay. And I see here one that was kind of hidden in there, but is there an additional charge to add the lead form to your website? As far as I know, the answer is no.
Completely free. Free,
Yeah.
free.
We like free stuff. So checking anything else. Okay, thank you. Somebody did confirm that Thumbtack is not available in Canada. Send a message through the chat screen. Oh, when you send a chat message through the chat screen, does it go through Thumbtack, or if we have VoIP through house call, does it go through the SMS? So as I mentioned earlier, within the Thumbtack presentation, just want to double check because when it comes in, right. So when a message comes in, it comes in from Thumbtack. Or no, you chat out. So if you chat out, it's going to go through Thumbtack and House Call Pro. Yeah. So yeah, I just want to double check on that. It looks like it does. Do you have to set up online booking in order to have leads come in through Google Location Service Ads and Reserve? Lauren, I don't know if you were answering that, but as far as I know, you've always needed to have online booking prepared to use the Google lead generators.
Definitely for Reserve with Google. That's a definite. Yeah. Awesome.
Cool. Did I miss any? I'm not seeing any. So give you all a minute. If Chris, you want to go ahead and tell us what's coming up.
Yeah. Thank you for going through all that, Phil. Y'all, if you have any final questions, now's the time. If if there's anything we can help you with as well, let us know. You can find us in the Facebook group. We have a- we're actually almost up at the hour, so if we had a little bit of extra time, I would open the floor, but we're kind of running out of time. So next week we're going to be doing a security awareness sort of training. We're having a security expert come on. He's going to talk a little bit about just some general tips, and we're going to open up a Q&A. So if you have any questions about uh, setting up device security. If you have any questions about how to best protect your employees, the devices that they're using, all those kinds of questions, we're going to answer those with our cybersecurity expert. So he's going to join us. That'll be next Thursday. And then 2 Thursdays from now, 2 weeks from now, is our virtual spring summit. It's going to be happening. So we won't have a power hour that day. It's going to be all about the spring summit that day. I'm going to drop the registration link. If you're not registered for this, you totally should be. It's free. We've got a lot of different coaching sessions going on. We're also going to be talking about the newest House Call Pro features, like some of the new camera features, CSRAI, some stuff like that. And there's going to be breakout rooms. There's going to be all kinds of stuff going on. So if you do register, by the way, I know this is a super long link. I promise it's not spam. If you do register, you do have the chance to win a Traeger grill and some House Call Pro swag. I just posted about that today. So it's a great way to kick off your summer. So get registered for that. All the recordings will be available, but you got to register, so get signed up. And then if you're new here, if you're new around here, we have an office hours that's every single week. It's on Fridays. It's at 11 o'clock Pacific time. So if you want to join us for that tomorrow, I want to preface the office hours is not a place to come get technical support, but it is a place to come and get business support. So if you've got questions that you want to ask other people, other pros, that's a great space to network. And you can give us product feedback. We're just not able to give you specific technical support. So I just want to give that disclaimer. And otherwise, that's it from me. We'll catch everybody next week.
That's good. Have a good week.
Awesome. Thank you, Phil.
All
Take
right.
care.
Bye.
Bye.